Base building in Rust is simple. Why is it simple? Because it's simple maths, that's why. Whenever I make a base, I think numerically exactly how much it's going to take to get to whatever area I want to keep people away from. Now, there's no equation to stop a Zerg getting everything you want, but the equation is simple. How many doors and how many walls equals how many C4 or rockets it will require to take your base. And what we try to protect? The scrap that we have. Now I've taken an old base, redefined it, and this is what it's come out like. Now, as I said, my equation is very simple. I normally go for a minimum of 4 doors to any sort of loot area. Now, I always have a standard airlock which no one can get through if both doors are open, and I tend to use shot fronts quite a lot so I can see exactly who is around the base at any given time. Now, you can't put them everywhere, but you can put them in certain places. Now, lockers and the sleeping bag very close to the front is always efficient if you want to try and get out quickly. Now, using the honeycomb, I like to utilise that space by putting the slanted roofs and putting furnaces etc in there. Now, using the method of unlootable, if you say, this is in place simply because you can only get to it if you have the TC. Now, if someone destroys that, the bags will fall to the floor and no one will be able to get it. So it works in a way where it's going to make people work more and spend more to get to everything. Now, I am quite happy being raided, but I want to make sure that the people raiding me have to spend practically everything they can to do it. Offlining is a huge thing, it happens all the time. So for me, if it happens to me, I personally want to make sure, as I said, they're going to spend everything. Now, utilising the unlootable TC, which is something I've done for a hell of a long time, it's still used by a lot of people. Having your TC sunken down, if they destroy the TC, again the bag will drop to the floor, and again they're going to have to blow up the wall just to get to that bag. Now, they're going to have to take a chance, is there something in there or is there not? That's their problem, not yours. Now, utilising the honeycomb again does make it a little weaker, however, you want to try and make as much space as possible, because when doing a solo base, you want to have a small compact base which utilises every area of the base, and that's kind of what I've done here. As I said, this is an older base which I have modified to suit the current metas. I don't personally like using bunker bases a lot. I think that every bunker base possible has been done, and a lot of people don't tend to actually like them, so it's not something I tend to do quite a lot of. Now, I'll open up the roof and show you exactly how this is set out from above, and show you how you can actually expand and go larger if you wish. Now, there is weak spots to this base like there is in any base, but the trick is to either armour up those certain points or just build up on it. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to armour, because some people don't like using high qual to actually play on their base. They want to use it for weapons etc, which is completely up to them. Now, this is just a suggestion concept base, so take away the ideas from it and make it your own. Now, to strengthen up the roof, simply just put half walls and floor pieces in place, put them in metal, and you've just added another 8 rockets. So it's beneficial and sometimes to do that. However, if you wish to have another floor and utilise that space, and you're quite happy to spend the resources to do so, it's very easy to do. Just have it as it was before, but where the boxes are, you're going to put a full wall and take yourself up from it. It's as simple as that. It's very, very easy. Now, I'm not going to do it fully, I'm just going to show you, demonstrate how you would actually do it. Again, I would strongly recommend using garage doors because they're stronger. As I said, you want to slow them down and make them spend as much as possible. That's the whole point of base building, to try and slow someone down and protect your loot. As I said at the very start, you can't protect against a 20-man Chinese farm simulator Zerg. It ain't going to happen as a solo player. If they want it, they're going to get it. Now, you'll notice, even with foundations taken out, if they're metal, it'd be 16 just to get to your main loot. However, because the TC is further enough away, they're going to have to keep working through the base to actually get to the TC. If you take the roof piece out, again, if your garage doors are down, they're going to then have to work through that. So it's 16 rockets just to get into the area where the garage doors are, which is quite a lot, especially if you're playing in like a trio server or a solo only server. It's going to take someone quite a long time to do that in a vanilla server. So guys, let me jump into the build. Now, I like to have a starter base incorporated in practically every base build that I carry out. Why? Because you can't really build a base and have it lying open and have another base, and before you know it, you never actually get started in the base you set out to build, i.e. this. So this starter base is basically the rear loot room, and all we're going to do is work out from that rear loot room. You can see everything you need is in this little starter base. Come across, you can see I've left it in place here. If you just want to see the footprint, this is it. Pay note to the raised foundation in the centre. I said, I just personally prefer to always try and have a starter base built into every base that I build. It's just easier for you guys. You may actually start with the starter base but end up in a different tangent. It's just how it is. Now, I will not talk all the way through this because it's very self-explanatory. I will just show you how to get it started and let it play through. It's very easy to do. All the costs are down below in the description. I will have more bases coming out very shortly. I'm probably going to concentrate more on traps if anything. Now, roof pieces, you want to have them in place very quick on. Just get them down, get them locked in, and get the outer walls of the lower section in place. Now, if you want to use the window frames, by all means do them for the shop fronts. However, you might not want to use them at all. Personally, I would do it so you've got some sort of view of sight. If something is happening outside, you can actually see. Now, honeycomb this section up, because your TC is vulnerable because it is within this section. Once that's in place, you can start to lock this down, but you're going to have to bear in mind you're going to have an opening up above like here. So you may want to try and start and enclose this area first. Personally, that's the way I would do it. However, it's completely up to you, dependent on the resources that you have at the time. Now, if you remember, this is where we had our workbench and our table down to the right. If you want to lock down this section now, simply just take half walls above where the TC would go. If you struggle to get that box in place, pop a box down, then go up. You don't have to put a box here. You may have electricity in here and you want to put your battery or generator in that section. For down here, you can either utilise all the area or just part of it. For this, I am going to honeycomb this section up just to give it a bit more strength, then put my workbench and my research table down here. Now, if you get a level 3 and you're wondering where you can stick it, you can just lift your research table and put it in there. Now, just have to be very cute with how you put your second workbench down. Make sure it's very much against the wall or you'll struggle to get the level 3 in. So guys, I'm going to let it play through because from here it's very self-explanatory. You may actually alter how you do this and change it up, like the section I'm doing now. If you want to go up another floor, as I showed you before, you're then going to want to put high walls up here instead of low walls. I've just tried to keep it very compact and small because solo players, you don't want to spend the whole time farming. You want to actually get out, interact and play the game. And if you're just going to spend the whole while farming a base, you're not going to tend to enjoy it unless that's your thing. So guys, thanks for stopping by and I'll catch you in the next one.
I go